I don't think it's overrated at all, in the sense that it's another means of engaging with customers, and you actually can set up some time with them. So we had an experiment that started a few years back already in Germany, where we called it the blended rep. So the blended rep, or hybrid rep was another way of putting it, where they were doing both face-to-face and remote. And I think what we found over time is that the remote presentations needed more skills, and so you started very naturally and organically having some reps that were more specialized in that kind of hybrid role, because they were better at being able to manage a remote interaction. And so we had to kind of filter out, who are the ones that are good at this, and we kind of keep into that sort of thing. So knowing that we weren't expecting every single rep to do it. We have countries that have, and I was just in Korea not too long ago, where they actually set up a team which is hugely successful called Call Me. And it's really only remote interactions. If you look at all the reps and you say who are your top 10 reps, the number 4 top 10 rep is an e-rep, or a remote rep. Yeah.
Probably overestimated, because I think we haven't found the real good hook for our customers to really want remote engagement. But very often it's our needs that are being put first. And that's where the chain falls off, in my opinion. If we can turn it around and say, how can we create value for our customers, then it might have a good role. For example, MSLs is a very relevant area where we only have a few experts that can't travel the world and can't travel around to all the customers who may have questions for them. So there, I really think it makes sense to have remote engagement, because then we can put our best person in front of the doctor virtually.
I think we overestimated the impact years ago, and we're realising that now. And I think we also realise it's not that easy to implement. I think we need to start with understanding the customer's experience on a day-to-day basis, just like we would the patient journey, and find out where the right channel fits within that journey. So therefore, a combination of a rep coming face-to-face, or an MSL, or maybe a telesales rep, or maybe even an avatar on a computer, it all fits in fine if you understand the experience and the day-to-day life of the customer, and you're looking at where can we add more value, where can we put content in their fingertips straight away, like in an easy, convenient way. Then you build a solution around that.
Remote engagement is definitely underestimated. We see customers applying it in so many different ways. So it's both in terms of responding to something that's happening, but also an opportunity to become more cost effective about some of our perhaps lower priority audiences, or as a supplement to what we are doing on a more individual face-to-face carried way. Sometimes it's important to turn the volume up on the face-to-face engagements. In other cases, maybe you want to turn that down. So getting it right is really about understanding the needs, understanding and building the customer journey that's supporting that, and bringing that all together. And then it's about getting the right data so that you can take action on it and you can adjust as you go along.
So I see inside sales teams developing more and more closer with the field sales teams in the full multi-channel journey that the customers that we're creating for our customers. So you've seen the inside sales teams work best in areas that don't have as much coverage from our field force, or a supplement to our field force. Also out of territory areas as well, but also the segments that we might not be able to invest as much into, but we do find that customers are able to engage with us via that channel. Inside sales teams do work best with customers that do like to engage virtually, but also it puts the ownership on us to make sure when we communicate with our customers, it's more of an understanding what's valuable to them and delivering that type of service or product. So the traditional rep is evolving, and that's something we're taking at Teva. It's evolving to a way where there's many skill sets that currently we're trying to enable our field force. So a rep of the future, or the rep today, actually has to be able to engage with customers both virtually and face-to-face, and to be able to engage certain channels. I like to use the old American analogy. They have to be somewhat the quarterback of their 360 view of the customer. What's going on with the customer from a human channel and non-human channel interactions. But the skill sets, again, that we invest in these reps have to be able to allow them to be able to strategically know what is the next best action to take when engaging with their customer.